You're fucking.
This ain't their vision, so they can't see. This ain't their table, so they can't eat. There ain't no room, so they can't creep. You ain't out so how you gon' reap? Yeah, been focused on dubs, I can't lose. I'm to the back, so you know that my back full blue. For all them days in the stool, I put in that pain, I spend that pain to you. Playing sport, go to school. Brainwashing, they ain't teach what the rest would do. I played it smart, kept it cool. Only dress you on breast, so she fuck with the crew. She wanna fuck with the crew. She got a man, he a fool. Bitches flocking for diamonds and jewels. They don't know we on top of the blue. Yeah, cause they know my cover on the over. We been popping these balls like soda. They was eating and gave me the shoulder. Turn around and try hard for leftovers. Now I keep running them over. I'm in the range in a rover. That's this bitch, but I'm better her over. Her legs leaking all over the sofa. She like Polo, keep busting all over. Money coming, she know I fold her. Me and gang really swiping all over. While we treating this bitch on a tour bus. I pray to the Lord. Keep watching over your boy. Been making noise. Just trying to bring my joy. I wanna see her rejoice. All these demons been getting destroyed. They wonder how I'm keeping poised. Cause I put all that pain in my voice. Some days I can't lose. I'm to the back, so you know that my back full blue. For all them days in the stew, I put in that pain, I spend that pain to the youth. Playing sport, go to school. Brainwashing, they ain't teach what the rest would do. I kept it smart, played it cool. Only glad she on bread, so she fuck with the crew. She's tryna fuck with the crew. She got a man, but she know he a fool. Bitches flocking for diamond and jewels. They know we on top of the lately, I ain't really been in the mood. Stacking paper, I ain't worried about you. Working hard, tryna get on the news, but they only show we ain't breaking their rules. So we breaking on their rules. Either way, they gon' lose. My shooter still on shoot. My sniper still on the roof. Shoot first, question later, so what you wanna do? We in a spaceship, to the moon and you know that I'm racing. In my coupe, so I losing my patience. This is my life, I can't waste it. I been focused on dubs, I can't lose. I'm to the back, so you know that my back full blue. For all them days in the stew, I put in that pain, I spend that pain to the youth. Play a sport, go to school. Brainwashing, they ain't teach what the rest would do. I kept it smart, played it cool. Only glad she on bread, so she fuck with the crew. She wanna fuck with the crew. She wanna fuck with the crew.
Yeah. Aye. Yeah. Look, they don't want me to show off. Nah, they don't want me to move sloppy. When I'm with your bitch, she call me Poppy. And if you got a problem when you see me, tell me meet him in the lobby. You just mad cause you see me making moves and you copy tryna follow my lead. I got your shorty on my line tryna swallow my seed. I got the need for the speed cause I'm making them bleed. When I see the ops slacking, I be making a scene. Why you talking like you hot? I thought you played for your team. I taught myself how to get it, now I'm counting the green. Fake niggas wanna plot but they ain't picking up. I send my shooter in the Uber, get you lifting up. He try to give his girl a call but she ain't picking up. Hoping that she picking up, but I got her in the trap and I'm watching how she giving up. Hey, look, they don't want me to show off. Nah, they don't want me to move sloppy. Hey, when I'm with your bitch, she call me Poppy. And if you got a problem when you see me, tell me meet him in the lobby. You just mad cause you see me making moves and you copy tryna follow my lead. I got your shorty on my line tryna swallow my seed. I got the need for the speed cause I'm making them bleed. I don't gotta cap, I don't gotta lie. I be seeing shit from my third eye. And if we switch lives, and if you seen what I seen, you would probably die. I'm not just talking about the murders and the homicides. I'm talking about some shit that probably make your mama cry. I be spraying all this venom cause I'm a Scorpio. And you be lying in your raps like Pinocchio. And the truth be told that I'm the fucking GOAT. I be driving the boat, and when I slide I'm a ghost. See her up and we blast, get them fried like some toast. See her up and we blast, get them fried like some toast. Yeah, ay, look, they don't want me to show off. They don't want me to move sloppy.
Yeah. Welcome to motherfucking High Street. Shout out to motherfucking Dallas Rose, Fame, Rebels Empire. Your girl Fame Jackson.
Get him slow.
Yeah. I let my
We always talk at the same time during the
Yes.
intro, but we're here. How you doing, Fame?
Yeah, that's Dallas Rose.
Yeah.
And I'm Fame Jackson. And we have Paula.
Paula Feris.
Yeah,
Let's go. We all said her
Can we
name.
get an applause sound effect, Wesley?
It's not working. Oh, wait, there we go.
Press it. You got it? Nice.
I was trying to make it work.
We need labels. That would help.
It's not muted, right? No. Yeah.
It's working.
Okay, cool, yeah. Do need labels.
No? No labels?
I said we do.
Oh,
I was
okay.
agreeing.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm like, that's a good idea. Oh, sorry. I don't need to turn the chair. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. We got Paula Feris in the building, and let me tell y'all, I seen this girl perform, and I loved it. She stole my heart, and it was just a dope, every time she's on stage, it's dope. So,
Thank you.
yeah, let's hear a little about yourself. How long you been doing music? How'd you get into it?
So I recently started doing music full force, and I say full force because I feel like a little bit of every artist started out a long, long time ago, and then you kind of build up the courage to actually share your work with people and really pursue your dreams. So like about 2 years ago is when I really started taking myself seriously, but I've been writing poetry since I was in 5th grade. English was my second language, so when I was learning to write, I really liked poetry, and that was a way for me to kind of navigate the language, and it interested me. And then, the poems turned into songs, and not good songs, obviously. Like when you start out, you make some really corny songs, but eventually they turned into really heartfelt things that I'm really proud of. So yeah, that's how I started.
And how old were you, would you say?
5th grade. How old are you in 5th grade?
10, 11.
Yeah, 10, 11 years old. It's all a blur. My childhood's all a blur.
Yeah, okay.
Fame was in 5th grade when she was only 7. She was skipped ahead a lot of years.
Really? Oh. I'm really gullible, so you got me.
I mean, I don't know.
Didn't you skip 1 grade?
Yeah, because I was smart. I was extremely smart. So they were like, hey, you don't need to be in this grade
Hell yeah.
with these kids.
Yeah, you already knew what you needed to know in that grade.
Yeah, exactly. So
You leveled up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I forgot to bring extra White Claws.
Yeah.
I just finished the one I had.
And now you're asked out.
Amanda, what would it take for me to convince you to grab me a White Claw or two? The lovely Amanda, friend of Paula
Shout out
Feris.
to Amanda.
Does anybody else want a White Claw?
Yeah. Bring
Bring
as
up the whole
many
box. Just bring the whole box.
Okay.
as your hands can bring.
Oh, she's the best.
Careful with the handle. It was
She is.
ripping earlier.
And now he got instructions for her.
I just want to make sure she doesn't have a spill because it almost fell out of my hand.
Okay. So who's your favorite artist that inspire you?
Bad Bunny.
I mean,
Also,
he's
the reason her
recently
voice is so
new.
Shout out
harsh.
Bad Bunny. Yeah,
He's so new. So
he's- All right, so what's crazy is I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, what artist do I really, really love the most? Because I do love Bad Bunny so much. He influences a lot of what I do. But I would say my top 3 biggest influential artists would probably be Bad Bunny, J. Cole, and Amy Winehouse.
It's a cool mix.
And they're very different, but they all speak to me equally. J. Cole is that part of me. I love to freestyle. I love spoken word. I love, making something a story while also making it, lyrically well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Amy,
yeah, yeah,
who
yeah.
doesn't love
Thank
Amy?
you. You want one?
She had this huge thing about making music that was, it doesn't matter how dramatic it sounds, it doesn't matter that it sounds over the top. What matters is that it's your own and you're being true to that feeling.
Yeah.
What she hated about today's music is that, well, in her day, about a decade ago, rest her soul, she hated that it's oh, I don't care, you can do whatever you want, I don't care, I didn't love you anyways. Her music was all about, I'm gonna die in the middle of the road and love you forever. I don't care if you don't love me. And I think there's something so beautiful about releasing your emotions to their full extent, because especially through music and art, it helps people connect to their feelings. Not everybody can put words to emotions the way that we can as creatives. And if you can do that for someone in a way that they really connect with, you save them a lot of trouble finding them the words to their own healing.
That's real shit.
So is that something that you try to do? I mean, obviously it's something you try to do as an artist, right?
Yeah.
What ways do you do that you feel, I guess, you know, probably most artists, that's kind of what they're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what ways do you do that, like, you feel are unique to you and differ from other artists?
For me, I definitely think it's my storytelling, and a lot of people, you know, identify with that term, like storyteller. I started with slam poems, and a lot of my slam poems were, you know.
Where'd you do that?
So when I started doing slam poems, it was in middle school because they had a poetry club, and then in high school we had like this.
Middle school slam poem?
Yeah. And
now wait, slam poetry, you're not like slamming people, like making fun of them, right? It's
well,
more like a style of like hard poetry kind of thing?
If you ask certain people that I've written poems about, they will say, yeah, it is about that, but no, it's not.
That's
no,
not
it's
like what it always is.
No,
Right,
so
right.
it's funny. Have you ever seen like 22 Jump Street?
Yeah,
There's
it's
this
the
one scene.
funniest scene. I
So it's
love that
hilarious.
one.
It's hilarious, but it's slightly offensive because it's so accurate. Yo, so
Cynthia.
he's like making fun of the well, not making fun of, but like making it like a parody about slam poems, waving my hands a lot, specific point of view on things, Cynthia, like so, and that is slam poetry. It's turning your monologue, your words, your emotions into this kind of like interactive performance for people to connect with, because not everybody can do the music thing, not everybody has that in them, but some people, they truly are poets with their words. They say some shit and it just punches you for the rest of the week. You're like, holy shit, that one time at break, David said that life isn't just a void, it's a space. And I can't get that out of my head. You know what I mean? Like, we all got those people that just really like, they're great with their words. And for me, like, writing pieces is not what I strive to do. What I strive to do is tell people about what I'm going through and how I survived it. A lot of us have stories that we want to tell about our suffering, but we're not I don't want to say brave enough, but we're not brave enough to be vulnerable enough to show the world that side of ourselves. It takes really big balls to be vulnerable in front of a room full of people, never mind the world. So like, and I try to be specific with my works. Like, I used to have this poem, and like, it was called the Ryan poem, and it was about a past relationship I had had, and I didn't just call him out, but I completely like blew it out of the water, and it was so specific with, this is why I'm in pain and this is why I'm hurt, but you know what, despite all of these things, like, this is how I healed from that pain. And I've had people come up to me at the end of performances that I don't know from a hole in the wall, and they come up to me and they say, you know what you said really helped me make sense of something. And like, that's the greatest feeling as an artist, I think.
That's pretty cool.
When people who don't know you, they're like, yeah, I really feel that. Because they don't owe you anything. They don't have to tell you they liked your stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's facts. So when you do write music, what is your process? Or is that a secret?
No, it's not a secret. I think my process is funny because as you guys saw a little bit before the show, like, I'm an animated person, and I kind of just say whatever comes to mind. And sometimes I like talk to myself throughout the creative process. Like, I'll make like lazy mistakes, and like I'm a big perfectionist. I like to put out good work. I don't like to half-ass things. And like when I get lazy on myself, I yell at myself. Like, I'll be like, all right, come on, are you tone deaf? Did you not go? Did you not have vocal train? Like, hello, let's go. And I'm sitting there yelling at myself because I'm like, you know, you can do better. So like, when I do put something together and it does reach that like level, that expectation I have for myself, for my abilities, that's when I'm like, all right, cool, we can move on. What's the next part? And it's instinctual. I think every song starts somewhere different. You know, like, sometimes like, you know exactly what you want to say, but sometimes you're like, I like this melody and I just gotta plug some words in. Or, I really know I want to talk about this, and I don't know what I want it to sound like, and I don't know what I want the words to be, but I know I want to talk about this. Where am I gonna go from here? So, I mean, it usually starts with a joint or two. And then I like coffee. I love coffee, like just black espresso. And then I start listening to the beat. I freestyle sometimes to like warm up, like to like get whatever emotions. Because if something comes out really good and really genuine, I know what I'm working on that day because it's fresh and it's there and all the work is there. But sometimes they come out really sloppy and you start saying weird lines and you're like, all right, maybe today's not a freestyle day. maybe I just...
Some days you don't have it, you know? But I think the important part is like, you know, the whole thing of like opening the door every day for like the creativity to come in.
Because some days you surprise yourself. Some days you're like, I'm not gonna have shit. And then you get in front of the mic and all of a sudden this like tornado of, oh my God, I just rhymed like, I don't even know, but sometimes you just rhyme things that did not rhyme, but it's a slant rhyme, and it sounds really cool. You're like, I'm the shit, man. Like one moment
Yeah,
you're
right.
caught, and other moments you're like, why can't I think of anything?
Yeah.
So it's a
That's
seesaw.
always the battle with kind of any art, right?
Yeah.
Where sometimes you have that high of like you're just killing it and you're making shit that you think is awesome, and sometimes you feel like everything you make is so bad
Yeah.
and it's hopeless.
Yeah.
That is
No,
fact.
it,
That is so fact.
I think like the beautiful thing about that
We're
though
our
is
biggest
like,
critics. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
just
but think about it, like, think about it this way. People who are bad drivers don't know they're bad drivers, right?
They're just like I just keep
They're
getting
not
in accidents.
aware that they're bad drivers.
Yeah.
People who are bad at things don't have the cognizance to know, right?
I mean, I know that I'm a bad singer.
So, well, that means that you're cognizant of it, that you want to get better. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like,
really
well,
care
you
if I
don't
get
really
better.
care for
People
it.
who
I think
stop-
you have
I
to
just
care
stop.
for it. Like,
yeah.
some people
yeah.
care for a lot, and you can say sometimes they're not good at it. There's basketball players that are not that good, but they're
Yeah.
on the NBA. You know?
Well, they would also be the best basketball player like you ever met.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
the
yeah.
guys that are on the bench.
The difference is like the
I
work you
wouldn't
put
even know
behind.
that.
That's a weird example because they're legitimately good. You mean people that like the people that suck on American Idol?
No, what I mean
they
is,
don't
like-
realize they're bad at it.
Okay.
We as artists are so hard on ourselves, but we don't realize that we already, just by being artists and just by creating, we are succeeding. And
That's true.
it's like we kind of take it for granted because we're like, well, there's so many other people that do art, and if I'm not getting better, then what am I doing? But it's like
Yeah.
it's like no, it's not like that. What it is it's everything you create has a purpose, and whether the purpose is to make you better or to make you successful, it all has a place. And I think we rush it because we just want to be like Pokemon. I want to be the very best. Like no one, you know what I'm saying?
Is that a
It's a
Pokemon
theme song. Yeah, it's a theme song.
Oh, I didn't know.
Anyone out there? Pokemon?
No, I don't know.
Anyone?
Pokemon.
Nah, but like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like we want to be the best. So like
Yeah.
when it doesn't come out the way we want it to, we get so hypercritical because
Yeah, usually
because
our
we
taste is ahead of
we
our
know,
ability, too.
exactly. We know
So-
where we want to go. So
Yeah.
when we're not there, we're like, why do you suck? But like you don't suck. You're just probably tired. Probably need.
Yeah, and also like it's
A
just a
break.
weird, like there's no real measure of it, and I think you have to also, of course, separate the measure of like, you know, artistic business success with just artistic success, because you would measure those two things completely differently.
No, that's a topic.
Because artistic success is just like you're having fun making art.
It's
I think
fulfillment.
basically.
Artistic
You're having
success
fun
is
doing it. That's it.
fulfillment.
Like, but business-wise, you want to be
It's
increasing your
monetary,
revenue
it's
that you
social,
get back
it's-
on it.
it's-
That's a completely different thing.
It's success in itself is such a crazy concept because if you ask happy people
Wrong one.
if they're successful, they'll say yes.
Monday.
If you ask really rich people if they're successful,
It's yes
they'll
and no,
say
right? Yeah.
they'll say no, but some of them will say yes out of thinking.
Some
like,
of them are probably happy.
because
to say
everybody's
yes,
got
yeah.
this like warped perception of what success really means. It's kind of like happiness. Some people find happiness in like something like taxidermy. That's something I could never do and
That
find
would be a
happiness in.
weird thing to find happiness
But
in.
some people do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but same thing with success. Like I feel like success is interesting because I find fulfillment to be way more important than success. But in this life, I feel like success is the thing that we're always after.
I think that's because like success is a lot of people don't really, decide ahead of time like what success would mean.
Yes, that's
Because
what I was
if
gonna
you
ask.
don't, then it's like a forever moving goalpost.
Yeah.
Because once you're here, now success is up there.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I'm 100% right with that point. But how many people do we know that do that? The vast majority,
I know.
right?
The other crazy part about it is that like if you start to think about like the big scheme of things, success is completely meaningless in like a professional sense.
It
You know what I
depends
mean?
what you
Oh,
define
Which like then you're
as.
just like, but you can't think like that because then it's just like, well, the fuck everything.
No, actually,
No,
yeah.
You
You
know,
go
and then what's the
too
point
down,
of even
too
being
deep
there?
down that rabbit hole, you.
Yeah.
It depends what you define as success. Or
Yeah.
successful,
That's the
you
other
know
thing
what I
about
mean?
it, yeah.
Like, if you're just working a 9 to 5, like to me, I have a job. I successfully got a job, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But am I successful in where I want to be? No. So, I want to be rich and famous. You know, I want to be famous and rich. Ramus.
Both ways.
I love that.
Yeah.
Or Fitch.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, so, and then he's right. Once you get there,
Then you
as
want to be the most
humans-
rich and famous.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? As humans, I guess you're never satisfied, and that's just like a humane thing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
continually
like you
evolve.
just never satisfied. When you get something, you want more of it, or you get the guy you want, the girl you want,
Yeah.
you want more out of them.
I think it's just in our biology, and that's why
Yeah.
we're the, premier species on the planet.
Yeah, but I think there also comes a place for that fulfillment piece. Like, I think that's something that we all learn as we get older, like to stop really caring about, like we were talking about earlier, like the opinions of others or the impositions of others, and like be fulfilled with, like we were saying, like your own definition of success. Like, if you said, I got a 9 to 5, I'd say you're successful. You're successful because you have a job and you're a functioning member of society,
I don't
and
really
you pay
feel
for your
like-
own stuff.
But
are you
saying I got a 9
fulfilled
to
with
5
that?
doesn't inform me that I'm successful, because in order for you to judge me as successful, you have to understand what my measurement of success would be.
But would I have
Like,
to understand
if
that?
I was like, I always hoped I got a 9 to 5 my whole life, that's all I ever wanted, and I got one, then you could be like, you're successful.
No, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like your success could be measured in getting that job, because like think about it, if you didn't have a job and
Depending
you
on
really
your
down
measure,
yeah. So like the difference between success and fulfillment, I guess for me, is like fulfillment. You can be successful and fulfilled. I don't think success and fulfillment over here though are together. Like you can be fulfilled.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
don't. Well, I
if
mean,
you're
I guess
fulfilled, I feel like you're successful. But if you're successful, that doesn't necessarily mean you're fulfilled.
I feel like it's kind of semantics.
What do you mean?
Like that it's just like the words, like, because I think that like if you're successful, you'll be fulfilled with, like, if you consider yourself successful at some goal, you'll be fulfilled in that sense.
Yeah.
But you might have other things that you feel unfulfilled in, and then you might be left overall unfulfilled.
But doesn't that make you overall unsuccessful too?
I don't think so, because I don't think so. I don't think the math is like that with it.
The math.
Because I think like it's
You know,
like,
it's funny, we're both doing math equations over here. I'm doing division and you're doing like subtraction.
yeah, like,
No, okay.
Because like I feel like it's just more nuanced than that, where like, maybe there's some like ultimate success that you aspire for in your life, but even if you reach that, like, I don't know. So
So my neighbor successfully left her fucking keys in my car. So now she's back at the apartment.
and what, she's texting you right now?
Yeah,
about
calling.
it? Tell her you got a fucking podcast to do.
Yeah.
Successfully. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah, so that's just a bummer.
That's distracting.
Yeah.
Tell her to just chill out outside,
Watch the
put on
show.
YouTube, watch the show, and
Tune in. You got nothing else
she'll
to
know
do.
exactly when you're headed back.
Oh man, it's fucked up, man. But yeah, we got Paula Feris in the motherfucking building tonight. So,
Yeah.
Paula, do you want to?
Thank you.
Perfect timing for you. Do you wanna?
Hey, your mic's upside down.
Why is it upside down?
You tell me.
Would you like to sing for us,
Yeah, you hear the hoarse voice?
or is
Bad
it?
Bunny
We
took
also,
my
we don't
soul
do that
last
to
night.
people. Thing.
I asked
I
that
mean, you did ask.
nicely,
You asked
though.
Kiki. Oh, no, was it Kiki?
Yeah,
It was
it's
Kiki,
Kiki
right?
sung for us.
She
Oh,
did,
yeah.
but we usually don't do that.
Kiki's
usually
got
we just play
pipes.
music.
Kiki's got
What we want to
pipes.
do, and I forgot
Yeah.
to tell you this, what we want to do is at the end play an unreleased song that you have off your
Okay.
phone.
Dallas, why would you do
can
that,
do that.
to me though?
Do that to what?
Yeah, like
do you mean?
put me on the spot, like
to do what?
as if I was like, like I attacked her or something.
Oh, no, because I told him earlier about my voice.
Well, I don't
was
want
telling
her
Oh,
to-
she
him,
always sounds like
I
that
don't want
to
her
me,
to
and I
go
love
whacking
her
out.
voice. I swear to God.
Yo, man,
I
she
did
said,
not
nah,
hear
you
you
always
guys.
sound like that.
I'm sorry. Oh wow.
I love you. No, that's so funny.
No, I'm so sorry.
No. So, no, how about this? I'll compromise with you. I won't sing for you, but I could read you a poem, maybe.
Oh, that's dope.
That'd be
yeah?
cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
Let's find one. Let's find a good one.
that.
We don't want to disappoint anyone.
And then we would also like you to play something that at the end of the show, like that's unreleased, That's something that we do here.
That's not for another 3 or 4 hours, though.
No.
Just kidding.
All right, let's see.
In Dallas, we do ask people to sing.
I don't like to. Ever since Mona Valley was here.
Why?
Because she felt like it was too much. The way she talked about it was like,
It's
she
not
felt
a
like it was too much
freestyle.
putting like somebody on, like to just like
Spot.
put on a show. And I think it's still cool, but.
To me, I love it because Alone came and he sung.
Yeah, that
sung
was
for
good.
us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody comes here. If they have vocals, I ask them to sing.
You know what?
I'm right.
Maybe you're right, because you actually. I guess I'm thinking about it in a more general sense, like because you only ask people that sing to sing.
To sing, yeah.
You're
and
not
I don't
asking
ask
for too many-
every.
you're not
Yeah,
asking
I
for
don't
rappers
ask
to freestyle and all that
niggas to.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't ask
Right,
rappers
right.
to freestyle. So,
Right.
yeah, I just love to hear singing.
That's true.
You know, I like her voice. It's raspy and it's like very like.
Thank
you know,
you.
like
Yeah, we were gonna do a song
funky
before the
and-
show, and she texted me like,
Because I was trying,
can't
so I was trying to like lay something down so I came prepared with something to work on, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to sing and I'm like,
Yeah, it would have been a shit show.
like the you know when you push the note out and all that
Yeah.
comes out is air,
Yeah.
even though you know you're hitting the note.
Yeah.
That's what was happening, and I'm like, this is great, this is great,
Yeah.
this is good.
It happened to me last
I could do
week.
some Johnny Cash, like real low.
Maybe we should have just had you like
only
yell
one.
rap the song
Just
with
scream
it, like
out.
just ride the super hoarse voice, you know?
We'll just roll with it, right?
Yeah.
It'll be perfect for rock and roll because you could just scream.
Right? Yeah. We'll do some. All right, I'm gonna
Sick.
give you a choice. So I've got two. One of them is about
Sex?
no.
Oh, fuck.
One of them.
Do you have one about sex? 'Cause I think that's what families say.
No, but I have one that like.
Breakups,
Oh, you want like petty?
petty,
You want petty?
sexy.
Amanda, they want petty. Okay.
Let's get petty.
They want petty. Okay.
She said,
What did I name that one? Because it was really something.
have you had beef with other rappers or artists and made diss tracks while you're looking for that?
Amanda.
Is that what petty's about?
No, all right, I can't really find it. Where is it?
I love a good drama.
It was,
Yeah, you like the drama. I do too.
Don't it make TV like more like hype? You know what I mean? Like
What do you mean, like
if
when
you
it's the
just
drama?
yeah, if there was
Oh, hell
drama,
yeah.
right? If you listen to dialogue all day, you could just watch the news, right?
That's why I love when you get crazy with people in here.
No, don't say it like Dallas. Oh, this is the second. Oh my God. You
don't get
cannot
crazy.
make
You won't
me
get crazy
look
with you. You won't get
bad
crazy
like
with you.
that.
He could
We
never
are
make you
new
look bad,
friends, and
Mama.
you cannot give me like a bad, what is it called? A first impression, right?
This isn't your first. This would be like your third or fourth impression.
No, I never sat down with her and talked to her. I seen her at the club, and we just, you know, hey girl.
That
like,
that would still have been the
and we
first impression.
danced together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yes, we did.
Yeah. So this is the first, you know, combo.
First sit down. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, everybody knows you're sweet. Don't worry.
So I can't find the petty one, and I kind of feel like that's a sign from God not to get petty, but
Damn it.
But this one, okay, this one I wrote the other day, and I'm expressive. I've been teetering a lot with kind of like this notion of, do I want to pretend like I don't care, or do I want to be my authentic self? And I'm just gonna be my authentic self. So this one is called, "Don't Make Fun of Me, Amanda. I Want to Be in Love." I want to be in love, to the point that my songs sound so bouncy and fluffy and content that it makes me sick. I want to write poems that make my inner emo teenage girl curdle in disgust for how much of myself I'm letting out in the open. I want to hear the smiles that all the couples do, the ones that are somewhere in between, farting silently in pure relief, and the way I look at the cannolis in the modern pastry display case. I want the anticipation, the giggly giddy piggyback trips before and after I see them, where I teeter between the absolute bliss of sunshine hitting my cheeks in the spring, and the gut gymnastics, you know, when your organs start Olympic vaulting because they know that he hasn't responded to your textual tension text message. God, why do I love this? I want to find small moments when they're speaking where my mind will frame the memory just because the light is forever blinding and just because something they said was meant to carry me over into the next moment. I want to find the fiery freight train that is the talking stage. I want to fall into this hellscape that is the Boston dating scene, so far deep that once the trenches have been cleared and I've searched all of the soft spot, I will know what I'm looking for. Through the skin-scorching process of healing insecurities caused by the infidelities of someone else's actions, through the soul-sucking pain of relinquishing all the pain, all the time spent building a relationship and having to let it go, through the inescapable urge to throw in the towel and air dry your hair to 80s alone. Through the mornings, you question your face and your hips and how you walk because you used to be in love with those parts of you, but now they feel so numb because it's been so long since anyone's touched you. Through all of that, I know that if I'm down here looking for my calm, so aren't they.
Woo! Woo! Yeah! You're supposed to snap. You're so ghetto and ratchet. You're supposed to snap. Like, where you think this is?
I clap
like,
something.
thank you. Like, yes, girl. That was
really cool.
so, like, it was really beautiful to watch and then to, like, you know, just, you know, visualize and just, you know, soothe to. And you can fall asleep to it. Like, your voice is just so, like good, you know what I'm saying? Like beyond good. It's like perfect. It's
it was cool.
perfect.
It was kind of cooler with like the hoarse voice in a way too. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like
made it so hardcore. I see, you got pretty emotional at the end.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody has their shit. Everybody's got a bad relationship. Everybody's so wounded, whatever. I fully don't like to bring my baggage into new things, and I try to give people my whole self, and it's bitten me in the ass a lot of times, and like. For a while, like, it makes you feel like, okay, well, maybe I just need to be like a bitch now. Maybe I just need to be mean. But I don't want to be that person. Like, I love who I am. I love how I am. I love how I love. And the right person is probably out there going through the same thing. Like, shit, I pick shit women. What the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I'm over here like, shit, I pick shit men.
I haven't found Paula Feris yet.
Yeah, the last line was super heavy. It was really like a fucking home run at the end, you know, like.
Why was it heavy for you?
Because
you've broken so many hearts, so it's for you. It's that why it feels like, damn, like I never seen myself this way, and this girl just told me myself in 2 seconds.
No. It was because I thought it was a very crafty line. Like, it summed up the whole poem.
Okay.
You know, and like the feeling behind the whole poem.
Yeah. It's meant to like kind of take you through a roller coaster of things. Like, you're not only trying to listen and follow along with what I'm saying, but you're also hearing my, like you said, like my voice behind it, and it's meant to make you feel kind of like, oh my God, where are we going? What's going on? Because isn't that what it feels like trying to date and it not going right? You're
it was also like kind of like a twist.
You could do Broadway.
It was like a twist.
That's what it's called? Runway or Broadway?
Broadway.
Yeah, you could
Runway.
do
It's called
Runway.
Runway.
You could do Runway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You look good doing it, and you sound good. You just be like, yes, Peter. Come, Peter. We want.
What?
What play is that?
What?
What else is going? I want to know what's going on in that scene with Peter.
Oh. Finish it up. This is her play, not mine. She's the one. She's the Oscar winner.
Peter's the guy looking for me from the poem.
Oh.
Yeah, he's somewhere out there.
Right.
Yeah, that's Peter. Peter.
He's also going through it.
Peter, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because he's heartbroken.
He's also going through it, and then one day you guys cross paths.
And we'll be sad girls, sad boys together. I'm just kidding. No, happy people.
Because when you meet, that's you know.
No, yeah, and I mean, it's not about rushing the process. Like, it's cool meeting people.
Have you just gotten out of a relationship? I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Have you just broken up with somebody?
No. The last time I was in a relationship was like 2-3 years ago, like a real relationship, and I've dated a couple guys, like, and I say dated very loosely because, like,
why you say guys? Like, that's like you're not a girl.
No, I'm just like, because like all right, it's gonna come off mean, but like they're just like irrelevant in this stage of my life that like I don't like mentioning them, but I'm not gonna like pretend like I didn't try and like put myself out there. Like I've tried to put myself out there. I just haven't really found anybody who is like honest.
Anybody including women?
You know, I have not yet dated women.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have better luck because I'm like really like open with my feelings, and I've heard like other women, you know, communicate.
She said, and
so.
I've heard. Like they selling something at the fish market. She heard that it's good over there.
Fish market, that's gross.
Go over there. They got the best salmon.
They communicate their feelings over there.
Right? Like they selling some. Yeah.
No,
hop
I'm just
over.
saying, like I personally haven't. I just.
So guys, gals, hey, she's single. So
But don't come
Dallas.
You just outed her.
Huh?
That was crazy.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Hold up.
What?
Cause
Why
hold on,
did you-
she said it first before I even asked her.
I don't think she did.
We're on the same page. I think Dallas is just
Exactly, cause she was she read her poem.
trying to instigate you.
Yeah. He's an instigator.
He
He
is.
loves to see
is.
fights.
Nah, I hate seeing fights.
No, you like to stir the pot. You're like, this isn't
like
my problem, but I'm
drama.
just gonna.
I can stir the pot with her for sure.
Yeah, I can
like
tell.
drama.
I can
Yeah.
tell. What's your sign?
I'm gonna beat him up one
Libra.
of these days.
Libra.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you know your big three?
We're gonna beat him up one of these days. Yes.
What's that?
You got your gloves on for training.
No, so like in astrology, there's like a chart, and then there's like your sun sign. Your
Yeah.
sun sign is like what everybody goes by usually, but the
That's
whole
like I'm a Libra. That's my sun sign.
that's your sun sign, but
Yeah.
the whole chart is what's important because it goes into different aspects of your life.
Oh yeah.
It's a very big topic. I love astrology. I think it's like a very, very cool science. But I'm just asking because like my dad's an instigator, but he's a Virgo.
What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Cappies.
What month is that?
January.
Okay. So when my daughter was born in January. And my
January what?
13th.
I'm the 15th.
Oh, nice.
She's let me guess. She's a very stubborn, hard-headed girl who knows what she wants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, your brother? You don't have
No,
a
my daughter.
Oh, your daughter. Okay.
You want to know my theory on astrology?
I would love to hear it.
So I kind of tend to believe that it's like fairly true. Like there does seem to be some type of correlation with it, right? But it's all based on your birthday, right? So
And where you're born to. Like the location of your birth as well.
on the earth. Okay, cool. But it's like all based on the moment of birth, right?
Moment and location, yes.
Right. So
I'm just making, because like, I just, like, so we're both on the same page?
Yeah.
Yes.
So my theory is that if it's true, right, and there's some cosmic, because basically, if it's true, right, then there is some cosmic force that imparts attributes on you, right?
If that's how
That's
you're
like the
interpreting,
basic
if
belief?
if that's how you're interpreting it,
Yeah.
go on, but no, that's not the
Okay, like
basis
what-
on astrology.
What but it's like common attributes between people that share a birth
It's
period,
patterns.
right?
It's patterns, much like
Yeah.
science. Like, you know how, have you ever seen pictures of like a cell that kind of look like the galaxy, or pictures of like in a microscope how like the different particles they spread and they kind of look like trees, and like
Yeah, I
different
think I know what you mean.
different things in science mirror things in nature, mirror things in like hieroglyphics, so on and so forth. Different symbols that for generations and generations and millennia have been around.
Yeah.
What astrology does is it reads the map of the sky,
Yeah.
where the stars were at the moment of your birth at that location.
Yeah.
So somebody could be born the exact same day as you at the exact same time,
Yeah.
but in a different location. Your charts would be different, even though you
Okay.
guys were both born at the exact same moment.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing about astrology too is like, you don't have to buy into it.
Yeah.
But it's fairly interesting, the correlation between the amount of animosity that comes from someone who doesn't believe in it, and
Yeah.
the fact that their chart says that that would probably be their reaction. It's just really funny
Oh,
because
yeah.
when you read someone's chart, like for example, myself, when I go into a new job, I ask people their charts. I ask that they'll let me read their chart and let me look at it. I'll tell them what it means, you know, if they're interested. If not, cool. And most of the time people do because they're curious. So I'll read their charts and I know what I see and I know what the chart says. So like I'll ask things sometimes to kind of see what their response is before I say something because like certain things are triggering for certain people. For example, Aquarius men hate to be the same as other people. They cannot be the same. They need to be different. They're individuals. They're original. They're the end of January, beginning of February. And they strongly identify with their individualism, right?
Yeah.
When you tell an Aquarius, this is stereotypical of an Aquarius, they're like, no, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. And isn't that funny how that's exactly the trait that it's describing?
Right,
and they're like, no, I'm not. No, and I'm like, okay, you're not. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't have to believe. Well, I don't care what it says. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So check it out. The trait, right? There's certain traits that people that are born at a certain time are expected to have.
Based like
right?
in the
that's
chart.
That's one of the core
houses.
kind of tenets of fucking astrology, right?
Yes.
Right. So those traits that you're assumed to have are based on your birthday and location.
And where the planets are in which house. That's the other part of it.
But
that
the
I don't
alignment
think
of the universe.
The thing is that without this piece,
like the alignment of the stars and planets.
The thing is, you're trying to make it make sense without this piece, and it's very integral for it to make sense.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah.
So like the trait, if I say like traits for an Aquarius, that doesn't mean that they're bound only to that. Aquarius could be in that house.
And that's not. I'm not trying to be that specific. What I'm kind of saying is like, whatever all the different variables are, in general, it's about traits, right?
Traits that directly correlate to different aspects of a person's life. That's the part you're missing. You're trying to skip over that, but that is integral.
Different aspects of a person's life.
Exactly. So that's what I was trying to explain to you before we skipped over it. Different houses, right? It starts with your first house, and it goes all the way around to 12, right? So your first house, whatever your rising sign, mine for example, I'm a Taurus, and that's the outward personality that most people.
Traits.
Yes, traits, but that correlates to that first house.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that that's how I'm gonna be throughout my whole life.
That's
means
fine.
That in that house, I'm apt to
No,
be
but still, it's like even if they change, whatever, it's about traits, right? What I'm getting at is that like it's all based on your birthday. I think it's more about your conception date, because if there were like some type of cosmic forces based on the alignment of the universe that affect your traits throughout your life, whatever it is, I think that those would be applied throughout gestation, and not at the moment of birth.
But they are. The thing is, I see where you're going.
I wonder if. But I wanted to see a study of premature babies.
No, ready? I'm gonna connect the dots for you.
If premature babies are more like the sign that they should have been, or the one they were born at.
You're really close. You're right there. I'm gonna connect the dots for you. Ready?
All right.
So yes and no. I get what you're saying, and what you're saying is kind of how I explain to people why I believe astrology is real.
Yeah.
Because not to be vulgar, but like everybody's parents, they were fucking. Probably multiple times.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the one time that the egg was actually
I prefer to say making love, but yeah.
Sure, cool. My parents didn't have a love story like that, so I'm sorry. Anyways.
Yeah.
The time that the egg is actually fertilized and takes and becomes a baby, like that's when you're not born, but like when you are conceived.
The whole thing starts.
But the day that you are actually born.
Right.
Is the day you're born, you know what I mean? If due dates were more definite, like if it really was like an exact science that like at 9 months, that's when you pop the baby out, I would agree with you 100%. I'd be like, you know what? You're right. It should be conception.
So,
but because birth is so, like a woman could push a baby out in 3 hours, a woman could take 3 days.
But that aligns with my theory.
How?
Because I'm saying it's not about that moment of like, boom, you hit with it. It's like, it's no matter, it's on a scale, right? Like you can be born in a range of days, and you get these traits.
No, you need your birthday, your birth time, and it has to be within a half an hour of accuracy. Your location,
but still, so that means that like you get blasted by the universe at that moment with all of these traits.
No, it's not a.
That's the part I don't believe.
No, and
I think it's put into you as you develop.
But that's the thing. No one in astrology has ever said you are born and you are damned with these traits and this is who you are. That's
no.
And let me finish.
Okay.
It is saying, and this is like I need you to like take the words I'm saying, not what anybody else. No, I don't care what anybody else has said to you about astrology. Take what I'm saying.
Right.
It is saying this is what your chart looks like. This
Yeah.
is where the stars were in the sky when you were born. People whose charts have these similar qualities exhibit these traits in this area of their life.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you are privy to having those traits. It does
Yes.
not say you are going to be this way
I know that.
for the rest
Yeah.
of your life.
Yeah.
No, but that's what you're saying. You were like,
No.
that. I don't believe that you're
No,
just
no.
blasted with these traits.
No.
You're not. You're probably going to have these because this is
but
what the stars said.
saying that you're probably gonna have these. Like, where's that coming from? Like that's
coming from
put
all of
from
the
the
people.
universe, right?
From
like
the stars,
The
yeah.
stars, right? So I don't think that it's about that moment where the stars are. I think it's more about where they were moving around throughout your gestation.
But them moving around wouldn't be in a place, so you wouldn't be able to measure them.
No, but it's measured. We measure it by the day you're born because
You're
it's
measured
about 9 months.
in a screenshot.
It's about
yeah.
9 months.
But no, we measure. You take a screenshot of the sky the moment you were born.
Yes.
And that's
which
what you
is
read.
about 9 months from conception.
But it's one moment. It's not 9. It's not 9 months
Yeah.
of tracking. It's just.
I know, but that's the only way that we can measure it because it's like that screenshot, right?
Yeah, we measured.
Yeah.
The picture of the sky.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, that's why I'm trying. That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking you
yeah.
questions. I'm like, I know we're trying to get to the same.
So
point.
like, I think the general belief, right, is that screenshot of the sky influences your traits.
That screenshot of the sky gives you a map. It doesn't influence your traits. It gives you a map and it says, this is what probably might happen because that's what the stars say, and a lot of people have exhibited this.
Yeah.
It's not damning you to them. You're not, it does, like that's the thing. You don't have to take astrology if you don't believe it. You don't have to accept anything, but if people do believe in it and they do find, that it makes a lot of sense because it's you trust time, don't you? Time was tracked through the stars and through the
Definitely,
movement of
yeah.
the planets. And that's exactly what astrology
I'm
does.
not trying to say
No,
that I don't believe
yeah.
it.
No,
Like,
and I'm just saying, like, there's always, there's always going to be things that you can't explain about certain things because we don't always have all of the knowledge base. But
I'm not
because-
even saying I can't explain. I'm saying like I want like to more deeply.
Oh no, and I'm
explain.
saying like there's going to be
Yeah.
things like I can't explain to you about the science of it because I'm not like an absolute
Well, none of us
professional
know
on
where
it.
the fuck it
No,
comes
yeah,
from,
yeah. I just mean like it. These are my opinions and these are my takes and whatever serves you, you take it, and if not, it is what it is because like they're the stars. We can't move them. You know what I mean? We can't do
Do you
anything to
think
them.
that
You know what I mean? They're so above us. Like
do you think that do you think that like readers are like witches?
What?
if they're like valid, if they're real.
what?
Like,
Readers?
yeah, like
I definitely,
that read?
if I
Yeah.
believe like in people's like like psychic abilities
Read
and
the stars, like the people.
Oh,
yeah.
I definitely do. I
confused for a
definitely.
second. So,
I believe
I
there's.
think meant like book readers, like authors.
No.
book lovers.
Yeah,
no one
book
reads
lovers
anymore.
are
Witches.
witches. Yeah.
Dr. Seuss is
You
a
think so?
witch.
Yeah,
You think
for
you do?
real.
Because
They
it's
are
like
witches.
you don't like reading books? Come on.
Because I'm not a witch.
That's literally like the medieval times where they're like, Mary, you can read, burn her, she's a witch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't read, I'm not a witch.
Every time I try to have this conversation with somebody who's really into astrology, it basically what happens is what just happened, where it's just like spirals
Because-
out. And we can't understand each other.
No, yeah, because
Or
there's,
no, but I
there's a lot of it
Or I
that
can't
goes
make my
into
point
it.
clear.
You didn't answer my question, though.
Yeah, I know I said yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You couldn't
okay.
hear me because we were all talking at the same time.
Okay, cool. So, but you wouldn't consider to be a witch because you
Would
know
I
things
consider
that
myself
he
a witch?
don't.
I
Because
wouldn't
he
consider
don't
myself a
believe
witch,
Because
but
he don't
I
believe. Because
definitely consider myself like spiritual and I have a
witches are not bad. Witches are
No.
spiritual. Witches
No, they
can
are.
do harm, but
I-
witches are spiritual.
No, absolutely. I just wouldn't consider myself a witch because like I've never been taught anything. I've never taken a practice. You know what I mean? Like I burn sage and I read my tarot cards, but I don't know if that makes me a witch. I feel like that just makes me,
think so.
spiritual.
Yeah.
I have my beliefs, I have my relationship with, spirit, God, source, whatever you call.
I
Whatever.
mean, the whole witch thing is really just some old.
Yeah, I just
No, it's not.
no, but
No,
I
it's
believe
not.
I believe that there are
Because
practices
voodoo is
that should
real.
be learned.
So
yeah, and there's
magic,
brujeria,
not
there's-
magic,
there's-
not like American magic or like
Yeah,
every
every
magic,
every
but like
culture has a different allusion to magic.
even
and-
Americans do like voodoo, like
Yeah.
white people do voodoo. Everybody does voodoo. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know about voodoo?
Yeah, like the dolls and stuff.
Yeah, I see. You know somebody.
Wesley's got some voodoo dolls.
I
like
don't.
no.
Yeah.
I don't wish harm on anyone.
I want to race. I'm just kidding.
I saw this movie about voodoo when I was little, and it was
Excuse
too
me.
scary. I had to leave.
Yeah,
The
listen.
Serpent and the Rainbow.
There's something about intent, though. If you're trying to do bad onto other people, I have a feeling that like the universe is like, oh, you want to be cute? Pow, pow. And like,
But what's funny about that is that if you believe in God, God is good all the time, but He punishes, right? So in Him punishing, that's Him doing. I don't necessarily want to say bad, but that's Him. Sometimes He harms us.
Unless you're Donald Trump, then
But
you
I
can
feel
just
like
be
if
an
he
asshole
harms
and
us-
keep succeeding.
but I feel like that's the balance, like the karma. Like sometimes you need okay, think about it this way. If you are a baby and you keep climbing on that table and like you don't get hurt the first couple of times, like you may not learn your lesson because nothing bad has happened to you, you know what I mean? So you're gonna keep climbing on that table.
Then you get
That
hurt
one
and-
time you fall off, you realize, okay, I could really fall off and get hurt. Let me assess the risk of doing this before I go to step on
That's
this table
true,
again.
yeah.
And God is the person that made you fall. Well, I'm not gonna say that because some people, you know, everyone's got their beliefs, but I just mean like I think karma works to make people grow and to humble them. And that's how we grow, by being humbled sometimes. It ain't
We're
fun,
supposed to
but
punish people.
I don't think we're supposed to punish each other. I don't think so. It took me a long
Chill.
time to say that, but I don't think we're supposed to punish each other.
I don't think God's punishing like the baby in that situation. It's just like how He designed life.
No, yeah,
But,
not
like, that's
punishing,
how
but like
it's-
karma, like making the
Yeah.
baby wiser so that the next time the baby comes to the table, it knows, okay, now I know what could happen, and now I know how much fun I could have. Now I'm gonna make my choice.
Yeah.
Now
But-
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
There's consequences, right?
Yeah.
If you do something good is going to come to you. That's
Yeah.
what it says in the Bible, right? So when you do something bad, something good is not going to come to you, right? So if you do something to somebody, there's consequences, right?
Yeah.
If you do something to that person,
Cosmic karma.
if it's good, they're probably going to do good onto you. That's what God says in the Bible. So in the Bible, it should say if that person does bad to you, you shall do bad to him too.
No, because then it's a never-ending cycle of just
Yeah.
burning each other.
That's
And
the eye for an eye thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's like-
Yeah.
That's in the Old Testament, right?
That's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
listen-
true because the New Testament is where
New Testament is about Jesus.
yeah, Jesus comes
Turn
to
the
play. You know what I'm saying? And He wants people to now turn cheeks. But before there wasn't no Jesus. God was just making all the rules. So God says an eye for an eye. Then Jesus came and changed His Father's rules. So who do you want to follow? Your brother or your father? I'm gonna follow my father. You feel what I'm saying?
Wait, how did you?
So you're Jewish. You're about the Old Testament.
I'm very Jewish, yeah.
I guess I think I would follow my brother in
don't
that
know.
circumstance.
Sorry.
I said I think I would follow my brother in that circumstance just because,
Okay.
like, listen, if you talked to me like a couple months ago before I started going to therapy, I would have been like, yo, eye for an eye. I'm gonna take 2 eyes actually. Convenience fee right now. But now I'm all about, bettering myself. So genuinely like last night, ready? Let me tell you a quick anecdote. Last night, we had bought like 6 seats, like 4 in the front and then 3 in the back, right? No, 4 in the front, 4 in the back. So like the 2 rows were right next to each other.
Yeah.
Some girl started like an argument with my cousin saying that like it's her seat, and it wasn't. But it was so packed. I was like, you know what? Let's just move Amanda, because she's so little, up to this side, and we'll all just squish, and it'll be over, and she'll just shut up. You know what I mean? And we were kind of doing that to just diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
And later on in the night, she kept getting nasty with him, and like went in his face and was like, "Ah!" And we were all like, what the hell? And I had, everybody's got a choice. You know what I mean? I had a choice. I could have, or what I did was, you know what? We're all gonna just be in our space and enjoy this time because like we paid mad money to be here and we're just trying to like enjoy our times. And like I thought about it, and everybody around us saw the way she was acting, and not a single person was like amused or thought it was cute or anything. It's
Right.
like when you act ugly like that, like all you're doing is showing the world how like hurt and honestly immature you
Nasty
are.
you are.
Yeah, hurt and nasty.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would have enjoyed my show. Like, bitch, I'm waiting for you at
And like I said a couple of months ago, I would have been out there waiting for
Like,
her.
yeah, I'm a joint.
But-
You ain't fucking up my show and my money. I pay. You feel what I'm saying? But
No,
you're
yeah.
not finna disrespect me
Yeah.
and my friends.
And, like-
oh no.
and, like,
oh no.
I'm sorry, but like he's like my cousin's like just like this guy, you know what I mean? He's not like trying to like disrespect anybody, and she's like in his face as if like she's like he was a girl trying to fight her, and she was like
Right.
with the finger, and I'm like, that's. Like,
While she's
that's what I'm-
barking, I would have grabbed her.
I wanted to, but I just think like, you know what?
Especially if you're talking to a man, like if
That's-
I'm with one of my friends, like no, that's definitely like you're not gonna bark at one of my male friends like that.
And it's my cousin.
Knowing they can't, like how they gonna
That's
look
what I mean.
arguing with you.
What is he gonna do? What is he gonna? He would never do anything. So it's like.
And then what you want me to do, like get in the between of y'all? That's lame as fuck. Like I can't do that. No,
I should have brought you last night.
No.
You get me. I'm just kidding.
No, I know. I definitely get. I know. I get you to your sweetheart, but to me, certain shit can't fly. You feel
I
what
feel
I'm
that.
saying?
I just like I
That's
don't
why
want to
I'm
teach people. I
saying
don't wanna
people
teach
need to
lessons
be-
We would have had to
anymore.
bail Fame out to do the
People
episode.
need to-
No, literally.
People need to be punished for their actions.
I know. I agree with you. But like, I just can't. I used to try to be.
You should dress up as the Punisher for Halloween.
No, you should. I used to try to be like not be God like that, but I used to try to be like the Punisher. I used to try to be. You know what? No,
You are God.
You did something wrong, and I'm gonna teach you your lesson. But like, it robs me of so much of my peace. It robbed me of so much of my time, and
How so? What do you mean?
I feel better after that.
because I genuinely like okay. Example. All right, one time, I'm not gonna get into details, but one time, let's just say, I put my hands on someone, and at the end of the day, I don't regret it because the person had it coming and like to the max. But I remember like laying in bed a couple days later, thinking to myself like, do I want to keep being this person, like being like this?
Yeah, you don't take
Angry,
shit from nobody.
This angry and lashing out when I could talk to people, like, cause if I'm so smart and I can write so well and I can verbalize myself and communicate with people so well, like that's some pussy shit that I just pussy out and go to my hands, cause obviously I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, but that makes
But, like,
you so hot.
No,
you
but
feel
like,
what I'm saying?
but to me it doesn't.
It's so hot.
To me it doesn't because but the
You're
real.
so smart.
But the real
and
flex, but the real flex is the control. The real flex is being able to say, you know what, I could beat the shit out of you, but I'm not going to.
not.
But I'm not going to.
Man,
and I'm gonna let
I
you
wish-
live your life.
No, I don't.
And you be blessed, sis. Be blessed.
Be blessed. Yeah, sometimes there's those moments that you just have to be like, you know what, like, yeah, I'm gonna pray for you. But then there's sometimes it's like, oh hell no. Hell fuck no. No, this bitch is coming off.
Nah,
You know what I'm
I think
saying?
as an adult you gotta measure it with. You gotta be like, it's only self-defense. Like you can't enter
No, facts,
into
facts,
fights.
facts. And
it's
that's-
too crazy. It becomes a life or death situation when you're an adult.
Nah.
When you
for
get
real.
into a street fight, it
No,
can
for
get
real.
really bad so fast. You know, like so it's only if somebody's attacking.
No,
or
facts.
putting
That's
somebody that
always
you care about in
attacking
danger.
to me though. You put me in danger.
If somebody's just talking, you can
You
always
spit in
let it go.
When they talk, they spit. That's danger. You put danger. You
somebody's
put
close
my
enough to
danger
spit in your
in
face-
life.
I
No,
love
listen,
you, but
no,
I'm
listen.
so glad we didn't meet a couple months ago because I swear to God, I was just still fighting people.
Check it out. If somebody's close enough to spit in your face,
Sorry.
if somebody's close enough to spit in your face when you're talking, then they're too close, and at that point you can start fighting. But it's already past
You
the
heard
point.
about your bubble in like kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Don't come into my bubble.
facts,
This is
don't.
my bubble, my personal space, my circumference. Like when I do like this, that's me. You feel what I'm saying? So
I
if
do.
we have animosity towards each other and we're already arguing, if I'm put, why are you coming to me? You feel what I'm saying? That's already
That's an
putting
attack,
me in
in my
danger.
opinion. That's an
Yeah, I
attack.
feel scared already. You
That's an
coming
attack.
to me. I'm scared.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So like that, my heart is pumping and I feel like you're gonna walk over here and I'm small. You're gonna hit me. So if there's a glass, my first instinct, oh shit, she took her first step. she's gonna come hit me. You feel what I'm saying? And then if you come with the rah-rah, yes, usually I'm the first to defend myself because, yes, I'm that, paranoid that you're
it's
that
that
you're coming
serious.
to
That's
be.
what I'm saying. It's that serious. You have to.
So no, we're
you could
not.
Die.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like when
get
you
hit
get
first.
like exactly like when you get older, like people aren't playing around anymore. Like they
No.
don't have any other outlet, and they're like, oh, I'm a fight, and they let everything out when they're fighting when they're older. Like
People gang up. It's
Yo.
crazy.
Yeah.
Especially as a man. Like, you hear about guys dying all the time in street fights and shit, getting stabbed.
no facts.
Fucking
It's true,
crazy.
but it's like, what are you gonna do? You gotta protect yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
you're
right.
And
But that's
having
different.
those instincts,
The difference, right,
is
is-
protective.
But
If somebody comes at you, you fight
Yeah.
them, right? But if somebody's just barking over there,
That's different.
You can let it go
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, no,
you can
that's
let it go
different.
forever.
That is totally different.
know?
Last time a female threw a drink at me from a hole across the room, you know what I'm saying? At a all-white party, like I was just looking cute, and that was it. You feel me?
I do.
What do you do after that? You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah, at
Trouble
that point,
finds you.
Okay, no, honestly,
That's an attack,
okay.
though, too.
I will agree
I
with
think
you.
that's
There's
an attack.
sometimes
That's a
people.
full attack.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, and like it's really unfortunate. They want something you have. They can't do something you can do. They just don't. They don't like the fact that you are present, and they go out of their way to like make you feel uncomfortable or make you want to leave, make you want to react some kind of way to make you look smaller. Like that is very present, and that's the ugliest kind of energy you put out. But I think the best way to like combat those people is like whatever you're doing, do more.
Yeah.
Piss them off. You're mad that I'm doing good.
Period.
I'm gonna do
like,
better. I'm
bitches
gonna
is
do
cute out here.
better.
Like, it's gonna be summertime, you know? Like,
Oh, I know.
it's gonna be summertime.
Did
Like,
you see my outfit last night for Bad Bunny?
oh my God.
Did you see it?
No.
You didn't see
I
it?
gotta see it.
But this is like a preview to the summer.
Yes.
Hold on, I'll
She
show
said
you.
preview.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you can already see. Hold on.
She said, oh. She was not playing. She got
No.
bad for the bunny.
Yup,
Whoa.
Yup.
All right, Paula.
yup. I made those.
Dallas approved.
I
Like,
made those. I made those.
oh, shit. You gotta make me some shit.
I'll make you some. I made assless chaps, by the way. That's what we were looking at.
Yeah, like, you gotta make me something.
Hell
like,
Show
yeah.
the camera.
My birthday's coming up, you know.
Follow me on Instagram. You can see all the pics.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
What is your Instagram? We fucking. Oh, you already
Paula
said at
Feris.
Paula Feris.
Yeah,
That's me. Hell yeah, I would love to make you
One eye.
something fresh.
dope. Yeah, I would love it. Fucking love it. So what's coming up for you? You got shows coming up. You got new music
Yeah.
projects.
So me and my raspy voice, after we leave here today, Amanda and I are gonna go get some honey because I have a show tomorrow night. And I didn't plan on my
HQ?
dates well, but I wasn't not gonna go last
Yeah.
night. So.
Is it at HQ?
It was, but it actually is.
that
I'm 99% sure that it's getting moved to the Jungle. So it'll be at the Jungle tomorrow night.
Can you show me the flyer to that?
Yeah, but they like today messaged me and said that they're changing the location, so the flyers.
Okay.
It does say Hustle Killer headquarters on it though.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay.
Hell yeah. But I got a show then, and then I a performance in Brooklyn on April 13th. The Day Summit, shout out Life of UGA. They're awesome. They do a lot of, bringing up local artists in New York and giving people a platform, not only for, artists, but like for vendors, for small businesses, for anybody and everybody that wants to, represent the culture. They're awesome out there. So thankfully they invited me back this year. And then I have another performance at Sammy's Patio on the 23rd of April. And then I'm trying to book more stuff. I'm trying to do like summer shows outside. I feel like that's the vibe. Like
Yeah,
all the girls
definitely.
outside, everyone looking cute, everyone dancing. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the vibe this summer. Just really living life.
She got
and,
the
like,
best dance moves, by the way.
no, not yet. I need a choreographer if anyone's out there.
That's the Paula.
When you got new songs coming out, you only got one song out.
Yeah, we only have
Some of
one
that.
on major
Some
platforms
of
right
that.
now. We're working hard. I've got a lot of unreleased stuff.
Right.
My producer is the absolute best. We're gonna release a couple of things soon, very soon. We're working on a couple music videos too. Some exciting things coming. We're just, you know how it is. Everyone's in the middle of like 13 different things nowadays, and we're all trying to pump out our music, pump out our art.
Yeah, it is hard to
but
get
it's
it out.
coming, and it's so good. It's good stuff. It really
So
is.
how often are you trying to drop?
I have a project basically done. We just need to record the final vocals, the harmonies, and edit everything. Like that's what we've got the songs, the concepts, everything solidified.
Yep.
We just have to, put a little bit more.
Okay, so that's
album
coming out
recently.
at some point this year.
Yes, and
Right.
we want to drop like 2 singles. I think before that,
Okay.
a music video. We want to do Mi Salida before the summer. Like we want to drop Mi Salida's music video in the summertime to bring it back for the summertime. Because that's such a good song. And
Yeah.
It's infectious. People like. It's just a feel good song. You feel bad, you put it on. You're like, you know what? I love it.
That's what's up. Yeah.
So yeah. My other stuff sounds like a little different, but it's me. It's who I am, and who likes it likes it. Who doesn't, don't listen.
That's what it's all about.
Right. Where you from?
Me, so I was born in Chile. I grew up in Peabody.
Chile.
North Shore.
Latino gang. Yeah, North Shore girl. That's me.
So you speak Chile?
I speak Spanish. Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh.
We just talk a little funny. We just have a funny accent. Not a funny accent, just like it's kind of like in English. Like there's like people from Texas, people from
Right,
New York,
right.
people from Minnesota. They all speak English. It's just like it sounds a little different. Yeah.
That's nice. Where in Boston you from or Mass?
Yeah, Boston. So I've been living in Roxbury for 4 years now. Before that, I lived in Eastie for 2 years. Before that, in Salem. Then grown up in Peabody. So North Shore, Boston.
Oh, nice. I live in Lynn now.
Lynn's great. Lynn's great. We love Lynn. So many potholes. It's decorations at this point.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like, surprise.
Yeah. And they're so deep.
Yup.
So big.
Yep. You think it's going to be like a little one and you're like
Right.
dead.
Especially at the, when you getting off the highway, at the Encore.
Yeah.
Right there before the lights, those potholes,
Terrible.
those assholes.
Yes, asshole potholes.
And they're always fixing shit. Like, how you...
But they're not fixing the potholes. They're always fixing shit, but just never the potholes.
They make holes. That's what they do. Because whatever they're putting into the ground, they need to make holes for that. And then they don't cover it back up.
Probably 5G.
Yeah, that's that 5G
holes.
shit.
Yeah.
That's facts. They putting 5G in the ground, y'all. They in the ground, y'all. They're doing it again.
That's so funny.
Yeah. That's amazing. So, Paula's single. She got this music. She got music coming out
She got
that
poems.
we're looking forward
She's
to.
ready to fight.
No, she's
because
not
I go
ready
to
to
therapy
fight.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right,
Nobody's
so chill.
ever ready to fight, okay? You always want to make me look bad. Like, what the fuck?
Why do you
She's
think I'm
ready
talking
to
about you?
defend. She's
Yes.
a defender.
Yes. I don't always want to fight. What you mean? She's not a fighter.
When did I even say that?
Well, you was kind of referring back to,
I didn't say
what
anything
I
about
was
you.
saying.
Is great?
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that to her. She's hurt. She's hurt. You shouldn't have
just
said
kidding.
that to her.
I think she's fine.
All right, defend yourself because you have to, okay?
Yeah, defend yourself at all times.
Because you have
That's what they say at the
to.
beginning of UFC fights. I think that's an important tenet of life. Defend yourself at all times.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it goes a long way. Peep this, right? If somebody says something to you, right, and you have anxiety, that shit weighs on you. Say you don't want to say nothing to make the situation go crazy or go to the left, but then it's like, okay, now you're hurt. Now you
should
got to
say,
go
"Fuck
home.
you," right?
No, you shouldn't say fuck you, but you should say, hey, fuck you, okay? Because you hurt me. Like, you, whatever you do,
I need
you hurt
T-shirts
me.
of all of these like famous. I'm not saying fuck you, but like fuck you.
You gotta, like, if you say it nice, I think it's how you,
How do you say fuck
it.
you nice? How do you say fuck you nice? Show me.
How you said it, like, hey. If you say hey, everything, like, kind of, warms everything up.
Are you
like,
sure?
Say
Hey.
it nice.
Yeah, tell me.
Hey, fuck you, okay? Like, and then you put the okay. That's like,
I'd be like,
it's not too stern.
It works.
It's not
Maybe
too
you guys
stern.
are friends.
I'd be like, what did I
No,
do?
not friends. No.
I'd be like, what did I do?
Yeah, exactly. Good. That's great. That's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, you're
That's
opening
good
up that
monologue.
conversation.
Yeah, because then you're asking me, what did I do to hurt
To
your
deserve
feelings?
this fuck
Fuck
you.
Okay, fuck you,
So
because
good job.
Yo, I'm
You did
gonna
it,
use that if anyone's watching and I tell you to fuck off in the next couple days.
Fuck you, okay?
yeah, you gotta
Because
ask
you're
them,
asking.
okay,
You're
okay.
asking, hey, fuck you.
Fuck you, okay?
And so you're like, okay, yeah, what did I do?
Exactly.
You should
and then
know
I
what
tell
you
you, no, because
It
you
works.
asked me like that, you're like, but hey, what did I do? And not like, bitch, what the fuck did I, you know what I'm saying? Because now you want to go to the left, and we goes to the left. Definitely goes to the left, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to get right, let's all get right. Okay, what did I do to her? What did I do for the fuck you? Oh, well, you just said that my shirt is ugly. You wouldn't wear that shirt. So just because you wouldn't wear it don't mean like...
It's ugly on me.
Yeah, it's ugly on me. Like,
and then I would say, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so is it cute on me or would you just not wear it?
It's obviously beautiful on you and I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
And why did you say it was ugly on her?
No, we're not.
You're not even in the scene. You're not even in the scene.
That's the instigator.
I'm the viewer.
You're trying to get in the middle of the scene.
I'm the viewer. I'm watching this on TV, and then I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What do you mean? You just said it.
Yeah, you have to wait till next week, until the next episode comes out to find out, just like every other show.
I'm not watching
Nah, but this is real. No, but this is an example of real life, how to turn the negative into a positive, guys. This is not a TV show. This is real life. This monologue right here is an example as how you should handle yourself when you are out. Either you know the person or not. You feel what I'm saying? Just because I know you don't mean certain things you say still won't hurt me. Yes, and I still won't say fuck you.
Communication.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
communication. Letting them know, hey, listen.
You feel me?
You upset me. You upset me.
That's why I like to fuck you okay.
You upset me.
That's the shit.
Are you okay?
Hey, fuck you.
Hey, in like a really pretty cursive. Hey. And then fuck you in like in that text, like the little fuck you, and then like okay,
comma, okay,
and then okay in the same font.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, yeah, because then it's like
I'm gonna make
forward.
you a shirt like that. I'm gonna make you a shirt like that.
But that's the right way. Let's do things so we don't go things that are right and left, and we don't fight.
No, facts, because then that avoids like things getting misconstrued, because you're like, this is what bothered me, instead of not saying it, and then the whole night you're upset, and like you're not wanting to fuck with that person because you're upset, and they're like, why doesn't this person want to fuck with me now? Exactly. Now I don't like her shirt, and she's being bitchy to me.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I knew I didn't like something about her, and it wasn't a shirt.
And it wasn't just the shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid face.
Yeah, her stupid face, stupid mouth. I hate that nose of hers. When she smells, I hate it. She be like,
when she smells. That's the most specific thing.
When she smells, I don't like it.
Yo, that's literally me and Amanda when we fight. When we're mad at each other, we'll be like, I hate her, stupid face. We got the same fucking face.
Yeah. You guys just kind of look alike.
No, everywhere we go, people are like, are you guys sisters? We just say yes at this point.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Dope.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I feel like I'm leaving something out.
I mean, you pretty much handled everything. God, sexual orientation, single or not, would you fight a bitch? Do you like my shirt? Like, what else?
So you're spiritual, non-religious? Is that...
My relationship with religion is a really funny story, because when I was born, my dad kind of tricked my mom into baptizing me in the Orthodox Lebanese church, and told her that as long as he did that one first, she could also baptize me in the Catholic church. So she shows up at the Catholic church like, all right, I'm ready for my daughter's second baptism. And they're like, are you dumb? She literally is part of another religion already. We can't do that.
Yeah.
So so I started out like that, and then she sent me to Sunday school for a while, and I kept asking questions. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Where did they get the apple from?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I just and I was like, and my stepdad is God bless him, shout out dad. He's grew up Jewish, so like, you know, we grew up with some of his beliefs as well. So
shout out to the Jews.
Literally. So it's like it was a big blend, and after a while, I kind of made my own relationship with God. Like my grandma really wanted me to pray a lot as a kid, and I didn't like it because it felt like I was just remembering words to tell someone to make them like me. Like, that's how I used to think of it as a kid. God just wants me to pray to him because he wants me to like him. Like, I don't even know him. Like, genuinely, that was how I saw it. Yeah. So like after a while, I was like, you know what? I believe in God. I believe in a greater power. I believe in something above, kind of like keeping the checks and balances, not so much interfering, but, you know, karma more than anything. It sees everything, and it's fair to all, and it's like, if you have good intentions are going to come to you. If you have bad intentions, you're going to learn your lesson until you have good intentions. Yeah. And so, I mean, I pray. Sometimes I say God, sometimes I say spirit. To me, it's like, wherever I end up in the afterlife, I know that I'm going somewhere. I hope. I hope.
Right.
So,
Who knows?
Yeah.
Not me.
We don't know.
I tend to think that like the sort of like the humanoid version of God is somewhat vain of us.
Yeah, that's
you know
why,
what I mean?
like, I don't see it
Like
as
if that's
like,
I don't think if there is a God that we could possibly imagine it.
yeah,
No,
it's
humans aren't supposed to be gods. That's like the point.
Yeah,
why
right, yeah,
God
yeah.
created humans. They're supposed to be like not be able to be gods.
Yeah, so it's
it
a
was
picture. There's
literally
all that. It doesn't-
God's
yeah.
playthings. If you follow
We're
Greek
play
mythology,
toys.
That's
literally,
just- yeah,
they're
that's
like,
how
we're
it is.
bored. Let's just make a bunch of little creatures and watch them do stuff.
Yeah, I tend to think too, like if it's on any scale like that of like, you know, sort of like parent-child relationships, you know, like we have like, you know how like if you break down our bodies, we have like cells and bacteria, and there's like goes on all these levels, like, and we don't think about we don't direct the cells around and say like, hey, go fucking get the newspaper today and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's like,
But their job is to keep you alive.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
think if there's any type of God or that sort of being that we're a part of or whatever,
Yes.
then it's more of that sort of relationship where it's very general and
As if
and there's not like
God is the
day-to-day
cosmos.
activities or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we are part of the cosmos. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I
some
love
shit like
that.
that. Yeah. It's more, I think it's more like that, if anything.
I like that a lot. I can really get down with that.
Well, I think we're perfect because I'm perfect. You know what I mean? And yeah, good for you. No,
I
it's
mean, like-
trul because
I wasn't being sarcastic.
me too. I wasn't being sarcastic either.
like,
yeah, no.
Serious.
No, I feel you. I know my responses seem like very like animate or airy, but no, I feel you. But you're perfect because God said he's perfect and we're made in his image. So people be like, what, you think you're perfect? You do too, because you asked me. So like, yeah, I'm perfect. You know what I mean? So, and it's not only like your physicality that makes you perfect. It's the things that you do, the mistakes that you do, because that's what makes you who you are, your traits. You feel what I'm saying? If you didn't make those mistakes and those flaws, how can you like move how you move or have that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Keep going.
So yeah, with all of that being lined up, because people say you walk in your line of destiny or you could go the other route. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's this route or that route, you know, it's all perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Because the perfection is the fact that you exist. That you're like the sperm and the egg were able to fucking conceive, and you grew, and you were born, and you developed. Like that's such a like, you know, master stroke of the universe for that to even fucking happen. Like the rest is just whatever, you know.
For the fact
That's
there's
why
no
it's perfect.
manual for life, like you're
DNA
born.
It's
There's
DNA
no
of the cells.
manual. It's in babies wake up and they know that they're hungry. It's a baby. How do you know you're hungry and you start crying? You feed the baby, right? It's just a baby. Sometimes, you know, babies know what's dangerous and what's not, but you haven't taught that to them yet. You know what I'm saying? And so how
We're
can
scared
you?
of like bugs and tigers and shit.
Huh?
We're just like instinctively scared of like
Yeah,
bugs and
it's
tigers.
based on like instinct.
Yeah, and look at Tarzan.
Stuff.
He grew up in a fucking jungle with the animals, and he's
I
perfect.
think
So,
that was just a Disney movie.
but it's real life too,
Was it?
because
Is
humans
there
live in a jungle,
Is
right?
there ever a real life Tarzan?
Yeah,
like
there
a
has
real guy
to be,
where they found,
because everything is based off of
that'd be fucking
something.
cool.
You feel what I'm saying? Ideas is based off of because something happened before. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe they got that story from like you know the kids in Africa that really did grow up in the jungle and you know animated it. You feel what I'm saying?
There's
So-
definitely real stories like that. People growing up in the
Yeah,
wild. It's
facts.
pretty fucking cool.
You know what I'm saying? And it happens. There's tree people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, it's very much so true. So,
Georgia the Jungle.
we're perfect,
George in
y'all.
the Jungle.
Georgia the jungle.
Yeah.
That's-
Yes, y'all. So don't let anybody tell y'all ain't perfect. It's modern days, and we're modern people, okay? We're not back in the days. Like, it's good to be, like, you know, humble, but it's good to be self-aware, too, because you keep telling yourself you're not perfect, and it's like, then you're not accepting the mistakes that you're making, because then but you appreciate the growth from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, make it make sense. I think that makes
I
sense.
think
right?
what you just said there is that like focusing on your imperfections, perceived imperfections, right, is like useless self-talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're just doubting yourself. Like when you keep telling yourself, I'm not perfect, you're like
It's also
programming
incorrect.
yourself.
Because imperfect, like, what does that even mean? Right?
Perfect
Like, on
doesn't
what
exist.
scale?
Perfect and imperfect doesn't exist. They're both on like impossible
Or
scales.
it's just like always imperfect.
Yeah, where it's always
right?
like in a
Like,
balance.
there's
you
no
always-
perfect kind of thing.
Yeah. You shouldn't be trying to search
So
for
everything's
perfection.
perfect. You're wrong because nothing is impossible.
It's I feel like it's either like everything is either perfect or everything is imperfect.
Everything's perfect.
Right?
No, well, everything's in like a balance of both. Like that's how life works. Because like if you were
Yeah, I think we're kind of saying the same thing.
Because like, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Wesley, do you think I'm perfect?
Say yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell wouldn't have broken loose. I promise. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're supposed to be perfect.
If
though.
she
That's
so say if she
why,
wasn't
like,
perfect, like what would be the flaw about her that you would pick out?
Well, like
that is
No.
he's such an instigator.
no, don't corner me like that. Don't corner me. Like
yeah. Yeah, Wesley. If I'm not so
Why don't
perfect.
you start?
No, he agrees that I'm perfect.
I think it's that she's just too pretty. You know, it's like too pretty. So it just
She's
goes,
like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking like an existential sort of way, not like a I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking too deep about it.
So you think when I do this, it's not perfect? Because I think I do it
Well,
perfectly.
what do you what is perfect? Like define perfect.
Perfect to me, right? So to me, it's just how I breathe. Like when I breathe, to me, that's the definition of perfection. Yeah, perfectality. Yes. To me, that's the perfectality right there because I'm breathing and it's like, wow. It's like, that's like the most like refreshing perfection ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Someone could
Okay.
argue that like having like oxygen in your lungs already all the time would be more perfect though, because like there's always something that can be better if you're
That's
basing it
interesting.
off of like a perfection scale.
so like
I
if
think
you
it's
didn't
like-
even have to breathe.
Yeah,
If the oxygen was
you
just-
could make like arguments that it could be
Yeah.
more perfect every single time, but like the
Because-
perfection is the balance of things though.
But that's where you become ungrateful. Because if you believe that God exists and he created you, right? You're not happy already that you was born. So in retro to that, you would rather not be born because perfection is birth. So if you want to just have oxygen without deoxygizing,
No, it
is that a word?
It depends what you
Yeah,
think perfect
it
Yeah,
is.
without
It is now.
deoxygizing, like, then why would you want to be amongst the perfect? If you
That's
just
what I'm
want to,
saying. Like, we don't want to be perfect. That's
no,
the
we don't
thing.
have that choice when you're born. That's the
Yeah.
problem. So if you had a choice whether or not you wanted to be born, then you could decide, okay, I don't want no lungs. I want to be a fish. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Then you could decide, but you don't have a choice.
I
So
know.
now that you're here without a choice, this is all you have,
Yeah.
right?
But it's-
because
yeah.
it's all you have. You can't argue against nothing else because it can be worse. Like you said, the only way that you could complain like that is because like you want to breathe naturally. You want to be perfect because you have a breathing tube. You feel what I'm saying? You're still perfect.
Wait, when did you get put on a breathing tube?
Oh no, a breathing tube,
The
oxygen.
trachea, whatever.
You know when people can't breathe on their own and
Like-
they have the
Oh,
breathe
what?
tube?
When they get intubated.
Yeah, I think,
Oh.
I don't know. People would rather wish, or people that, they rather wish that they could breathe on their own, you know what I'm saying? Or people that has, like, the diaphragms in the back. No, that's the wrong word. The people that have the bags.
Colostomy bag?
Yeah, because they can't go
Jesus.
on their own.
Even so, like things could always be worse. Things could always be better. But like the thing
No,
is, you
they
wanna
only
be,
already better. They're already better. That's where you become ungrateful at. Do you understand what I'm saying, kind of, Paula? Because my thing is, right, if you're on a breathing tube, you're not breathing naturally on your own. So for me, that's
So it's still perfect because you have the ability to breathe, even though you may not be perfect because your lungs can't do it on their own. You're still able to breathe.
I just broke another nail.
Oh no.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that it? I think what she's saying is like the state of perfection, as long as you're still alive and still breathing and still living, like it is perfect, whether your lungs can do it or not. Like if they are aided and given the ability to breathe and still have life, then you are perfect because you are alive. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that. I'm just saying, like.
So you should only complain about not being perfect because you're on a breathing tube. You know what I'm saying? You can only cry about that because it's like, no.
I don't think he was saying that he would be on a breathing tube if he didn't have lungs. There was no, right? That wasn't part of your
I was saying.
I was making it more realistic.
You were saying as if you didn't need to breathe anymore. You just existed.
Someone could always make the argument because perfect in itself is like a flawed word because you can never be like.
How do you define?
Yeah, you can't define perfect like perfection. There's always something better.
So let's look up perfect. What does it say?
I would just use the word like balanced or something.
Perfect
like
as
that.
a human, I think, is like impossible, right?
Yeah, or the way we.
I want to know the definition of perfect.
It's like
you feel me?
Without a flaw.
Yeah, without a flaw, which is impossible.
So we don't have flaws because
we do. That's what makes us human, and what makes us perfect in
so that's
how
what makes
you're
us
defining
perfect
perfect.
also. Exactly. So your flaws makes you what you is. So
how do you measure a flaw though? To the point of perfection in humans.
Yeah, that's also up to like other people's definitions.
You know, you'd have to define each perfect measure of each trait.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't. Right?
Yeah.
Look. This is what perfection. It says for perfect, right? Conforming absolutely to the description or definition of an ideal type, right?
Yeah.
But that's what is an ideal type?
That's what we were just saying.
What is an ideal type?
But that's in so like a perfect sphere or a perfect gentleman. So I guess like with whatever criteria it is, it just describes like the ideal criteria. So like he was saying, like we would have to go into every single criteria.
For humans, it's not measurable. It's not measurable. So you can't be perfect.
But a perfect gentleman exists.
Exactly.
But does that even like does it?
Do they? Well, actually, that's
no. But like, does even the measure? Does even the measure of a perfect gentleman?
I'll tell you from experience. I'm just kidding.
Right. So all I'm saying for me, perfection for me is just the fact of life, and I think this definition sums it up for me. Right. Exactly fitting the need in a certain situation or for a certain purpose. Right. So we're born. Right, that's your purpose. You go throughout your whole life to find out why you're even on planet, right? Mm-hmm. So within that, you make mistakes and stuff, right? And you know, and you stumble and stuff, but you pick back up. Some people can't pick back up. You feel what I'm saying? So does that make you imperfect? No, because people are comfortable with how they live. You know what I'm saying?
That's entirely subjective.
All right.
You can't measure it.
I'm perfect, y'all. Y'all don't want to be perfect.
That's the sum.
I know for me, for a fact, I'm perfect.
You're the measure.
Yes.
So
you're the measure.
Yeah.
Huh? You're without flaw.
Yeah.
You are perfect of the type.
I'm the perfect of the type. Yeah. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, because I'm breathing. Not because of my looks.
No breathing tube.
Not because of my looks.
Bag.
No bag.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
I wasn't
with those
disagreeing. I was just saying like the definition of perfect is just not like
non-existent.
Yeah.
It has to be existent because the word is existent.
Well, no, it is existent, but like what it used to mean was like perfect. Like gods would be perfect because they don't have any like physical being or any flaws that can possibly exist. Yeah. That's like the perfect. That's what perfection is, basically.
And that's God. I was made in His image.
I know.
So that me, if I'm looking at myself, I'm looking at a God. I'm looking at God
so
right
God
there.
is like you, but a guy?
No, God is me. You know, like you have daughters, right? Your daughter is
you said him.
No, I'm looking at him because that's God. Yeah, I'm God. because.
But it's a he, so he's just got like short hair and shit.
Well, we're women, so regardless, we're men. We're all men. If you want to be technical.
But that's a whole new debate.
We're women. We're all men. Like, what the hell?
Comes from we're all human, like human race.
We're a human race.
We're human beings.
But within human race, there's men that comes from human, and then there's we men or woman, right? That also comes from human. Yeah. Okay? So what a hue is, what is the hue?
I mean, that's just the English language, though. There's male and female. Right?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay. This got kind of tricky here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to hear a song.
Yeah, let's
that
do it,
nobody's
Paula.
ever heard before in the world. A world premiere of a new Paula Feris track.
Yes.
The aux cable's right there, Wesley.
Because she got new shit coming out anyway, so we're going to be the first to hear one of them.
Amanda, which one? Which one do you like the best?
So the fader is the one that has the phone emblem on the top.
Yep.
Actually, we do have labels.
Oh,
to bring it back, there's labels on each sheet.
Oh, I'm on 1%. Let's get it.
Good.
And then press the ear button too, so we hear it come out of the speaker. And as soon as that starts up, that's gonna be it for us tonight.
Should I do it?
This has been a super dope episode.
Do it. Do it. Tell her do it.
I'm Dallas.
Do it.
This is Fame. That's Wesley. This is Paula Feris. She's about to play a new song that nobody's ever heard before.
Yes, yes. Play Patty. Let's bring it to us.
We got it?
No, you do this every time. You expect me to get along with you when you're ready. But then when I'm here and I'm trying to talk to you about my feelings and the real reality of the situation, you just shut down. Like you're doing right now.
Hey, baby, it's been a long time since you talked to me. So I got you here, I got some things to say. Put on your seatbelt, babe. We gon' have a day.
And here's the day that we're gonna have. I'm gonna lay shit out straight. And you know what you had? You had your chance to say you're sorry all those times. But now I'm just gonna say what I want, what's on my mind. I think that your girl's really pretty. She kinda looks a lot like me. And I know that your friends have noticed that shit. And if you haven't, well then pretty, please pay attention to the words I'm about to say. You did me wrong back in the day. Because that time that I went away, it was partially your fault. And you know what I gotta say? It was really fucked up that when we were friends, you weren't talking to me, but you were hanging out with them. The girls that I wasn't really cool with. I think that's some shady shit.
You and me cross paths too easily. Boundaries were blurred when you chose her.
Be ruthless.
Let it out, bitch. You see what you did to me.
What you did to me was really fucked up. You tried to tell me that I couldn't fuck Doug after telling me that you didn't want me yourself. And it's fine, you can go ahead, be by yourself. But you're not gonna tell me what I can and can't do, especially if your best friend's in the mood. I'm just saying that he looked real good and he took care of business like he should. Yeah, I hope you find a way to let me go and get me up for good. It was about a year ago, I did that for myself. I don't wanna have to be the one to tell you myself, but you deserve to give love a good chance. Give your all to your girl and forget me when you can. The way you wanted your timeline to be, the way that we both lived our realities. I'm just saying, I'm a growing girl and I got growing needs in this growing world. Don't dictate me, I'm not your girl. Your overbearing needs don't mandate me. You got no stance, you got no please. So please, last chance, let me do me. Let me succeed, let me do me. Let me succeed, let me do me.
And me cross paths too easily. Boundaries were blurred when you chose her over me. Can't you see what you did to me? What you did to me. Boy, what you did to me. What you did to me. And for a really long time I trusted everything that you said. until the words that you said were just bouncing around in my head, taking up empty space, not paying rent, and I'm just here sitting trying to vent. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I hope we can still be friends. To me.